You're watching Inside Texoma. As we continue highlighting our 100th show, we couldn't leave out a look back at some of the top news stories that will forever leave an impact on Texoma. One of those, the February freeze. How could we forget the messy, wintry mix that quickly became a dangerous situation for many? Another was the tragic shooting rampage that left numerous people hurt and 2 dead, including the gunman. It was a day of horror and shock that many Texomans will never forget.
There is a chill in the air tonight.
Our whole community is affected.
Right.
I mean, it's so close to home.
We are at Southwest Parkway and Kemp, right in front of Hastings, where apparently earlier tonight a shooting happening in the last 30 to 45 minutes. One gunman in this, a shotgun was the weapon that was used. 7 victims. We understand that we believe that 6 were shot here, and then another victim at Toby's bar.
We were we'd walked in and went and sat down in the corner and ordered a couple beers. I didn't even get a chance to order a beer, and we must have been in there for 10 or 15 minutes, I suppose. And we heard a pop. It sounded like a loud balloon explosion or something.
That horrific night also forever changed the lives of 5 families whose loved ones fell victim. Since the shooting, we've been following the recovery of those families and the 4 women who survived the shooting at Hastings. All 4 women are recovering at home. They include Hastings employee 22-year-old Mia Gant, 33-year-old Staff Sergeant Jade Henderson, 27-year-old Leanna Duran, and 24-year-old Staff Sergeant Deandra Sauls. That night also brought a tragic end to a young life. Tim Donnelly, Muhlenberger's 5th victim, was gunned down and killed at Toby's bar.
This was not Muhlenberger's first act of violence. In fact, as this story has developed, we've learned about his extensive criminal history.
There was no evidence of any kind of mental problems with this man. There was no indication that he was going to fall off the edge of sanity as he did.
There is still so much more to tell in this story. With the first day of February also came another major winter storm for Texoma, the February freeze.
Temperatures today may be rising into the upper teens, and that'll be at the most. We are seeing a little bit of sunshine, but even that, the sunshine that we have been seeing has helped raise the temperature from 12 to 13.
We've got all of our vehicles out running 12-hour shifts right now all over the district.
With the dawn of February 2nd also meant day 2 for the February freeze of 2011. The snow had stopped, but the mess this storm left behind was not going anywhere anytime soon, leaving most of Texoma shut down for yet another day.
Matt, we were just talking about how cold it is. 7 degrees in Wichita Falls right now. That's colder than anything we saw last year. I mean, that's a very dangerous situation.
Oh, very dangerous.
Right now, frigid temperatures have forced many to stay indoors, but the relief from the cold may only be temporary. The state is running out of power, and the lack of heat is causing Wichita County to issue a code red emergency.
It's still cold out there, as we all know, and it is still newschannel6now.com where you need to go for your information because we have all of it there. Let's go take a look. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Log into newschannel6now.com. At the top of the page is the first thing you're going to see is closings and cancellations. We have several people working to update these as they come in. There's more information on this than there is on the crawl on your television, so make sure you check back here often.
And our coverage even continued into day 3 of February freeze as temperatures remained below freezing once again. In fact, the wind chill at noon that Thursday was 0.
Here is a look outside, and this is actually a look at Loop 11, which is also known as Beverly, and the intersection of Loop 11 and Seymour Highway. And I'll tell you what, folks, that is just, it's not pretty. I mean, the roads are icy, and they're just an icy mess.
We move from some of our top news stories to a look at some of Texoma's leaders that we had the opportunity to spend some time with here on Inside Texoma, including Mayor Glenn Barham, before he won the seat of our city leader. Even the Wichita County Sheriff's Office and Wichita Falls Police Department. Both agencies have been so gracious to spend time and share with us and you, Texoma, what they hope for the future of our community. Shepherd Air Force Base is no different. I've really enjoyed getting time to meet so many from the base and learning right here on the show some behind-the-scenes procedures, activities that I honestly knew nothing about. I've loved it all and always enjoyed how we are always learning something new about our community with every single guest. Can you talk about the history really of NJET and, you know, I guess have the international presence that's involved in that?
Well, actually, it started way before NJET in the mid-60s, actually, when Germany was looking for pilot training outside of Germany. And we came together with the US Air Force. They offered us a place here, and we started in '66 with a German pilot training. Initially, a year later, the US joined in, and we kind of started working together. And a couple of years later, the Dutch government decided they want to participate as well.
In '79, we were also training in Canada, but we needed more training slots. And we bought training places from the German Air Force. So in '79, the Dutch Air Force started training at Shepherd also.
Joining me now is Mr. Norris Martin and Ms. Deanne Martin. I appreciate both of you being here today. And they are actually the Dutch country sponsors, but also in charge of all the sponsor families. So it's such a treat to have you here today to really kind of show us what the families who are coming in, you know, we spoke to both of the gentlemen here, and, you know, as these families come in, how important is it to make them feel at home, and what is the job that's done to really welcome them into our community?
Well, I think the most important thing is to make them, when they arrive, whether it be an instructor pilot or whether it be a senior national representative that you just interviewed, or even a student that's coming in, is to make them feel welcome.
They give so much of their culture, and they bring, whether it be Oktoberfest, which our entire community gets to enjoy, whether it be the Queen's birthday, which the Dutch bring to this area, all of these different functions are a way they share. So therefore we try to share our Thanksgiving tradition, our 4th of July, our Christmas, Easter, all of the different areas that we think are special.
Don't move. A look at some of our special favorites is next on Inside Texoma. You're watching Inside Texoma on News Channel 6. We're celebrating our 100th show, and we wanted to end with some of our favorites that involve food, fun, and fashion. And I have to say, having the chance to be interactive with our guests and even on location, whether it's simply icing cookies or holding scary, slithery snakes, always made my day seem like anything but work. It was truly a sweet treat. But the icing on the cake had to be the stories behind the fun and how the lives of those we talked to are still shaping Texoma today.
Here's our cookie depositor that we run about 300 dozen cookies at a time. And right now we're doing our thumbprint dough that's really popular. And it's pecans, butter, sugar, and cake. And it saves a lot of labor from the old days of rolling it out by hand.
This mom and pop shop is truly family run. Michael and Kathleen have lots of help, including Michael's brother Matt, who's the master baker, and even his dad. Michael is the man behind the airbrushing and designs 200 plus cakes a week.
But I like that you can come here and get something comical or even, you know, elegant done on a cake and surprise somebody.
Just like you did for us. Our next stop, the Pecan Shed, where you can get a taste of, well, everything. The Muntz family opened up a store in 1981 selling pecans and have since grown into a fudge-filled sweet spot full of candied treats to Texas souvenirs. 8 employees work alongside family out in Charlie 6 days a week, working to bring in more product for those tasty treats that line the shelves. Now, a big hit at the store is the fudge, but bringing in this candy was a risk. In 2008, the store hit a slump in sales, so Tim thought they should bring in something that was made fresh right inside their store every day. And so in November of 2009, fudge was added to the list of treats at the Pecan Shed. When you say Kathy's, you can't help but think about her #1 seller, Angel and Devil Bites. They have been on the menu for 8 years and are made up of Kathy's wedding cake and dipped in chocolate. Now, homemade cookies are another big hit, especially around the holidays. The cookies are made from scratch and they come in all sorts of designs and have been a staple product at the store for years. But the best part, well, for me anyways, dipping them in icing. So to once again test my skills, I gave it a shot.
Just lay it in there and you pat it just a little bit and then pick it up with your fingers.
I'm just kind of wipe it.
Just wipe it real. And then turn it the other direction so it'll drain back a little bit. There you go.
Perfection, right? Well, definitely tasty. And with Kathy's finishing touches, they look just as great as they taste. Today is a very special treat. We are on scene here at Riverbend Nature Center in Wichita Falls.
Right here is our brand new gray bearded king snake. It looks real scary and big and colorful. A lot of people associate that with being venomous, but there's actually there's a very small amount of venomous snakes in Texas. You've got the water moccasin, the cottonmouth or whatever, the rattlesnake, and the diamondback copperhead or whatever. So anyway, right now what he's doing is basically, well, he's trying to get away, but he's smelling me and he's kind of exploring everything. So do you want to hold him?
Okay, so I'm going to be brave just for you, Jenica, because, you know, snakes kind of tend to, I'm probably with a big population of Texoma, but anyways, you promised me that he is a good one.
He's a good snake.
Honestly, I'm a little frightened to move. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to hand him ever so gently back over to you.
Caleb is sporting our Quicksilver line. He has on some gray cords. They also come in chocolate brown. Cords for boys are going to be huge this fall. We also have it in the bigger boys. We have gray cord shorts and chocolate cord shorts as well. He has on a cool purple and black striped rugby t-shirt, and that is wrapped up with a heather black knit sweater. Can you pull that off for us and show us? And this is great under our Lacoste shirts. We have Lacoste shirts in for men and children. And here's a few of the fall colors that we have coming in. So this would make a great fall picture, family picture.
And Miranda says it's those purples, grays, and navies that are going to be a huge hit this year. This outfit will cost you just under $80.
The original train that your dad drove in the blizzard for, it's there and it's in the show, correct?
It's still right there.
That is so cool.
So everybody can see how it all started.
Wow, I love that. That is just such a perfect ending to it all. So how neat is it to have that original train, you know, that whenever you're just 3 years old, you know, started all of this. That's
we wouldn't
cool.
think of having an exhibit without it. But when the trains come out of a tunnel and they're blowing their horn, oh, they react. And it's so fun to see them. Some will scream, some will clap their hands. Look, Mama, look, Daddy.
Yep, Vision Week 6 o'clock newscast now. Storm system organizing to our south. Thunderstorms with hail already in our southern counties. This is just the start of things. It's going to go downhill here over the next couple of hours. Cold front just now coming into play. Probably 8 or 9 o'clock, start seeing some real dicey conditions in places.
The pink would be a winter storm warning that's in effect from 10 o'clock tonight into Tuesday.
I've got an ice scraper with a glove if anybody needs it, by the way. Look at our sky cam. And you notice, let's say over here looks a little bit better, and then over there you can see, whoa, look at that.
This is a Skywarn 6 weather alert.
No mic.
Time to turn it on.
His mic's off.
I'm Ashley Fitzwater. More people are trying to get out and on the roads, but they are still very dangerous, and our Skywarn 6 storm team says they could stay that way for the rest of the week. Thanks for joining us this morning, Texoma. It's been a great 100 shows, and we couldn't have done it without you. So please keep letting us know what matters to you as we share the stories you want to hear and the ones that impact your life and where you live. As always, we'll see you back here next Sunday morning for another look inside Texoma. Have a great day, everyone.